Oh, ooh, so good to me, yeah.
Good evening, young world. Again, this is Diamond Lynn, aka Mrs. Hal, aka Stay Focused, aka Take Care of Business, aka Don't Play No Games. It's been one heck of a week. It's been pretty rough, and it feels like anytime, every time you set your mind up to do something and you decide, I'm gonna go after this wholeheartedly, and I'm committed and I'm determined to do it in spite of what comes my way, here comes all the opposition. It's like you could go several days without having made a proclamation about something and nothing will deter you. But as soon as you say, I'm gonna do something, that's when everything comes at you. And so first I want to just start with kind of going back over last week's challenge, which was just to speak positivity to something that you knew was hindering you from becoming your greatness. And as we go through these positivity videos, it's always going to focus on the idea of us being created for greatness and going after our greatness and stepping into our greatness. I'm hoping and praying and knowing that you started speaking positivity to whatever it was in you or in your situation that was hindering you. And I just want you to take a minute to kind of think about what it was, and maybe if you're the type of person who likes to write and you find it therapeutic or healing to write, I want to give you a minute to definitely kind of reflect over the last week. We don't take enough time to really think about how situations, how people impact us. And when we don't do that, we don't really give ourselves time to reflect on the decisions that we make and why we make them. So I just want to give you an opportunity. Go ahead and let this music play in the background. This is another song from my younger brother, my very talented younger brother, Darrell. It's called Make It Through, and it's about just kind of knowing that even though there's a lot of challenges around us, we are more than conquerors and can make it. So go ahead, you reflect, take some time. I'll be back.
I know what I gotta do. Just keep my mind stayed on you. I take one step and you take two. I know that I'll make it through, but no one compares to you. Now I know what I gotta do, and no longer will I be confused. I know that I'll make it.
I'm steadily walking with the tight grip on the Bible. Gotta stay close to the Lord like I'm one of his disciples. All these tests and trials trying to weigh your brother down. I done so much bad, I shouldn't be above the ground. It's precious love I found, and I'ma keep it till I die. Every day that I'm alive, it's a struggle to survive. Gotta make it through the storm and the rain, heartache and the pain. But God in my life, I'll never be the same. I've been changed by the grace of the Lord. My heart been rearranged by the grace of the Lord. And for everything you done, I give thanks to your Lord. All the battles that you won, I give thanks to your Lord. For being there for me when no one else is there. And you always seem to care and nobody else care for me. So heavenly when you took.
So we're back, and I hope you got some time to reflect. But just to kind of go into what we're going to talk about briefly today, resilience is something that I'm actually working with a group on right now. And the definition that we use when we talk about resilience is all about being perseverant and withstanding and standing firm on what we know and can rely upon when we go through. And it can be a challenge to be resilient, but it's essential in order to see something through, to be able to withstand come the good as well as the bad. And I'm encouraged today, even though it has been a rough week, I'm encouraged by the fact that there are about 3 things I think I've learned last week, and not just with my issues with my eczema, but also with just my interactions with different people, and just kind of as I reflect, trying to learn better how Diamond is. One thing is, don't be too proud to talk to people and to try to really communicate. Sometimes I struggle with how I communicate with people because I don't really like confrontation. However, I always feel like things can go really bad, and so I always am afraid that, oh goodness, there's going to be this big confrontation, and it makes me anxious and nervous. And on the other hand, sometimes I get so prideful that it's like I'm not going to address that at all. I'm not going to go there because I don't want to risk being made to look silly or someone not caring about my perspective. And one thing I learned over the week was just, you know what, you try to approach a situation the best way you can, and you don't let pride or anything else get in the way of you doing that. Communication, effective communication is key in any relationship, and in being a positive person, and I do feel like this directly connects to being a positive person. Even though we make it our business and our quest to try to always have good, positive interactions with people, we have to also learn that sometimes there are going to be those moments of confrontation that may be uncomfortable for us, but we definitely have to approach those not to let it steal our joy and to make us negative, but to try to be as positive in our confrontations as we have to be, and not let pride or fear or anything get in the way of us handling situations that need to be handled, because that's inevitable, and the older you get, the more you'll see that. You have to learn how to approach situations and communicate effectively with people, and in trying to be a positive person, you can still do that, even when those situations can potentially be confrontational. That's something I'm learning, but something I'm definitely trying to really put into action. The second thing I feel like I've learned over the week is that, and this is something I know, but you learn it even more, to really stand firm on my joy being mine and not letting other people steal it. When you're happy and when you're upbeat and when you're positive and when you're feeling good and feeling great, don't let anybody steal that joy. Don't let anybody take that away from you, because it is yours to have, and it's yours to feel and own and claim. So do that. It's harder to do sometimes than it is to say, of course. You know, everything's easier said than done. But it's something that if you can learn now, then it'll be that much better off for you later. The third thing that I feel like I've learned is just, you know, in being a resilient person, that is the whole definition of what it means. Being perseverant, being able to withstand. We are hard pressed on every side, yet not crushed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. Okay, we are hard pressed. There's always going to be opposition. Always. That is inevitable. There's always going to be someone meeting whatever you are bringing to the table with direct opposition to that. There's nothing that you can't accomplish. Nothing. And there's nothing that you can't foresee all the way through. And we, as positive, trying to be positive people, trying to let our lights shine to the world, have to really keep that in mind. And it's hard. I empathize with you, young world. I do, because it's very hard. Like I said, it's been a rough week for me. It's been very difficult. And every time that I felt like my positivity was being built up, it just got smacked right down and had me very, very, very discouraged and just downtrodden. And I just encourage you to know that that's going to happen. That's the reality of living. And sometimes people will make you feel like you're supposed to be this and you're supposed to be that. And that's not true and it's not real. So don't let people make you feel no kind of way about you. Okay? You're a human being and you're going to go through times when you're not happy. And the difference is that you're going to decide that you're going to try to be in spite of whatever is going on. I know I'm not feeling the best right now. I'm really going to try to make an effort to look at the bright side of things, to be resilient in the face of opposition, to let my light shine to others, because when I try to let my light shine to others and be positive to others, it brings my positivity to a whole nother level. Sometimes when you're down and you're not feeling the best, all it takes is to really see someone else doing well, and that can encourage and uplift you. But we have to be in a mindset that that's what we want to do. We have to be in a mindset that that is the kind of encouragement that we're going to be to others, and that is the kind of encouragement that we're going to look for. It goes right along with last week's challenge, but it takes it a step further in that not do I only want you to speak positivity to situations that hinder you, but I want you to really make conscious decisions in the midst of opposition to be positive and stand firm on your positivity and see it through. That's what I challenge you to do next week. I encourage you to definitely stay focused, take care of business, and don't play no games, because we are living in a time where we can't afford to play. That's why I say that. We're living in a time when every moment has to matter and every moment has to count. So I hope you have a blessed week. I hope you have a exciting and positive week. And I hope that even when those oppositional people and oppositional situations and attitudes come to you, knock on your door, right? Smack you in your face. I hope that you can find it within yourself to say, you know what? I'm going to be what I say I am. I'm going to be positive regardless. I hope you do that. I'm going to challenge you to do that. I'm hoping that you're challenging me to do that, and that we can encourage each other to do that. Take care. Have a great week. I love you so much, young world.